I'm not going to go out and apologise and say that to him.
Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. And that is us. Some see you next Tuesday is recording this.
Yeah.
Over there and over there.
Here.
And if you are watching this podcast right now on YouTube, the screen is all like 3 screen things, whatever. We're just trying to beat the algorithm so we don't get blocked or anything happen to us on the bloody YouTubes.
See how it goes.
If you're listening to this in audio form, none of what I said means anything to you. So let's crack on. I'm Ash.
Listen on.
Let me do my intro, Ante.
Hey, I'm just getting involved. If for the audio people here.
Which do you like better, Iron Maiden or Tool?
Oh,
See,
that's very different.
Getting involved. I try to get him there. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like downplay him.
Anyway,
I am Ash from South Wales.
I went from New South Wales.
Yeah, speak properly.
Oh.
We're not radio DJs. Hey, welcome to the radio.
You're
Iron
listening
Maiden.
to Iron Maiden FM. And how's it looking out there with the traffic?
Yeah. I'm calling in from the traffic. There's a car crash on the street. Oh my God, someone's dead.
Oh, he's hilarious. Okay. Moving on.
What Australian accent is that?
I don't know. It's just a radio
Just
jock.
general one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are big fans of Iron Maiden. He can say this now as he's been listening to Live After Death,
Yeah.
which is the topic of today's podcast.
How good is it? I mean, we're going to get into it. But
We are going to get into it. But we have been going through all the albums, mate, from top to bottom.
Mhm.
We've gone through Iron Maiden, pretty good.
Yeah.
Killers, pretty good. Number of the Beast,
Hey.
hey. Peace of Mind, whoa. Power Slave,
Ah. Work slave by day.
Power Slave by night. Then into Somewhere in Time. Whoa,
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
it, mate.
yeah.
Then we go into Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Ooh.
Mhm.
Then we went to No Prayer for the Dying.
Mm.
Aw.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
I see.
Yeah.
But we did skip over a bunch of live albums upon the way.
True.
We're trying to go through the albums in order, give Ante the experience, and myself as well, really, because, you know, I was born in 1989.
Hey, you're a young tacker.
That's right.
Yeah.
The band had already been going, like, 10 years, basically, by this time, as I was born. And they done a lot in that time. They done 5 albums.
Yep.
Then they did this album, Live After Death, with just hit after hit after hit.
Right? Seriously, man.
Could Iron Maiden have just done Live After Death and said, job done?
And you know what? They could have.
They
They
absolutely
really could have.
Yes, I totally agree. Anyway,
back to the music.
we're still on the music.
Oh, yeah.
There is no tangent there. But yes, anyway. So, mate, as this podcast is about Iron Maiden and we are Iron Maiden fans, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. And it would be better if, now the whole thing, the screen that's happening right now should be stopping the blockage. But if it doesn't, please follow us on Patreon for $1 a month, where you can get the early access to the episodes, message us directly and things like that. And like I said, the more the podcast gets more popular, the more stuff we'll add there. But generally, it should be okay on audio form and in, the YouTube.
Patreon? Oh, YouTube's there.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, it should be free to access. It's just
Yeah.
there for $1 because it's a paywall, and it does support us. We do have like hosting costs, for the podcast, for audio, and YouTube is free, of course, but we do get suppressed and things like that. Because guess what? I play a lot of clips, and I said a lot of stuff about Freddy Krueger.
We did, didn't we?
We did. This is not your.
That was the problem?
Well,
Oh,
like,
how we were talking about, Freddy Krueger. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's Iron Maiden, so Bring Your Daughter goes into Freddy Krueger, and it should have stopped there. But we just dive too deep into what Freddy is, and
Well, he likes to dive deep into.
exactly
Wrong.
exactly,
Anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of our lovely fans, we did get an email from Mr. Jason Levitt, aka Tex.
Ah,
What's up, Tex? Howdy.
yeah.
How there. Greetings from Tex. Greetings from Tex.
Hey, Tex.
As you can see, he wrote it twice.
Oh, you did.
I don't know why I did that. Anyway, let's carry on.
Works.
He said, just finished your recent podcast about the new tour.
Yeah.
I think the set list is fine. Oh, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. The set list is fine.
Mhm.
I am really excited about seeing Seventh Son live, the song. You like it more than me, I'd say.
I don't love it as much
Right?
as you, but yeah.
I don't love
Oh,
it
no,
either.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not a fan. I love the album,
Yeah,
but not the song. I think it's just a bit like, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had seen it live before, but it looks like they played it in 2012 or so. See, exactly. You know, when I saw Ryan the Ancient Mariner live in Twickenham in London, I remember everything about that.
Oh, you got a point there, right?
Because no, I was like, it's fucking, they're gonna play Ryan and the Ancient Mariner. And my girlfriend at the time was like, I'm hot and I need a drink.
Fuck off.
Pretty much. Listen, love, but I'm gonna listen to this song from the beginning to the end. And if you would die like this song, water everywhere at the fucking back, go get some.
Yeah. Go and get a
I
drink.
can't do anything about it. I was infuriated at that time because before we went to the gig,
Yeah.
I always went to gigs by myself because I knew, it gets uncomfortable and it's hot and all this shit, whatever. But I'm like, I just want to see the band.
Yeah.
But some people are like, I need a water. I need a pillow.
No, I can get you. Are you a movies person by yourself too? Like when you go out or?
Yeah. Well, I like to go I like to go by myself because I just like to eat a big, massive popcorn and just, not have to worry about other people.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I want to see this. No issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But imagine, going to see. They're playing a massive hits tour.
Yeah.
And I'd only seen at this time I'd seen them at Download, which was like a mix of like the album A Matter of Life and Death at the time and a few hits. This is like the first time I'd seen them doing like a old song tour, kind of thing. And Ryan the Ancient Mariner, which is just one of those songs that it was going to happen.
Did you feel better afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because well, I didn't really. To be honest with the girls with it was already like, oh god. But the thing that killed me is like the whole thing of like, well, listen, I'm going to be watching the band, so just don't come because I'm not going to. I know what you're like, and I'm going to focus on the band. And she's like, oh no, I won't be like that. I was like, giving you the chance to prove it.
It's a concert.
And she ruined it. And that was the end of it then. I was like, listen, this woman almost destroyed my performance of Ryan the Ancient Mariner live.
Did she say it's me or Maiden?
Nah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember what happened, but it ended after that. And it should have. Any real fan would have done that, right? Come on. And, like, if it's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, yeah, I'll go get the water for you. Because I'm already into that song. And this guy, old Tex over here.
Oh, Tex.
Oh, I didn't think I'd seen it live before, so it looks like they played it. Oh, maybe they played it or not. You would remember if it was a good song. Stop force feeding shit, man. Maiden has got so many good songs. You don't have to force feed stuff. Better watch out.
What a hit.
Yes, I know you don't care for it much, but I can't help it if you are wrong. Well, I think you've proven yourself to be wrong, Mr. Tex. Anyway, as for Killers, it was Bruce singing in 99 on Ed Hunter. Okay. We talked about when they said that on this tour that Killers hadn't been played since 1999.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if it had been a Blaze singing it or if if it was Bruce. It was the Ed Hunter tour. Oh, do you know Ed Hunter is I can't wait to get to Ed Hunter.
Which one's that one?
No, it's not. It's like basically it's a game.
Game.
Yeah, they did this game called Ed Hunter, right?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
And it's really funny because like Blaze was at the beginning of all that stuff, and it's like, and he's like, oh, the technology of is it's brand new. No one's really heard of it and all that. And then he gets kicked out of the band, and then Bruce takes over halfway through.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward, and Blaze is such a nice guy as well, so whatever. But the Ed Hunter tour then is like this weird mix of like, okay, it's a game with some hits and remember Blaze, and let's forget about him. And anyway, on that tour they played Killers with Adrian back, and that's what it was. I wasn't sure. Thank you very much, Tex. Wow, he said something useful.
Oui. Mean.
I
Welsh.
am.
Anyway.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But mate, I was fortunate enough to see them in Dallas on that tour. One of only a few US dates they played. If I remember correctly, I have the bootleg for that concert, and it was a really good show. Bruce stopped the show at one point to tell a security guard to stop beating up a fan. We didn't see what happened, but he literally stopped the show mid-song to call him out. All right, I've seen that happen. That same tour that I saw, ironmaiden play Ryan and the Ancient Mariner, which was Avenged Sevenfold, which was the support band, stopping their biggest hit, Unholy Confessions. It's one of those guitarists that makes you sound better than you really are.
Yeah. Love those.
Anyway, they stopped mid that to like help this girl. And I was like, fair play. But Bruce did that too. It's weird with security guards, isn't it? Because they're trying to why would you be beating why would you need to beat anyone up?
I think some of them are security guards for that reason.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
It's like, oh, I get to beat people. Nah, man.
If a fan rushed the stage to attack Bruce, yeah, take him backstage and kick the shit out of him. But I guess it's at the front of the the gate, the guard, the front guard, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a weird place to do that, isn't it? I don't think it calls for that at all.
Bit off topic, but on Tool.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the footage of when someone rushed the stage and Maynard
he jujitsu'd him, right? Yeah,
and then just kept singing while he's holding him?
Yeah, that was class.
I love that.
That was really class. Yeah. I've never really seen any security guards beating anyone up really.
Yeah.
Except for in nightclubs and things like that. How drunk people get. I mean, especially in the UK. I mean, I don't know what it is about drunk people and oh, there's a big bouncer there. He's my target.
You've had a few by then, man.
I know. It's just I'm like, are you serious? There's a bunch of other people here you could try and fight with. Why have we got to fight this guy?
Yeah. I can take him. I can take him.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real, man. Fighting is fun.
Mm.
I remember when I was a kid and you're afraid of fighting and stuff. But then when you take a punch and you're like, oh,
oh,
it's not that bad actually. It's pretty fun actually. And then you end up just any chance with your mates to go fight a bunch of other people. It's just a laugh, man. It's just fun.
I don't really see that here though, do you? Or have you seen it
In Japan? Oh, that's right. We all in Japan, by the way. No, you never see that here.
I've seen confrontations and it's and it looks like it might, and then it never happens.
You think that the country that spawned judo and karate and stuff like that would be you'd have a one kid karate versus judo or something like that.
I want to see some action. But
yeah.
Nah.
They don't really do that, man. I mean, if they are, they slap someone and run away or something. I've never seen a fight here properly. But once again, they don't really have that culture here, really. I'm sure in Australia you do, right?
Yeah, that's why I don't know what it's like now, but Sydney had the big lockout laws, and when you got to a certain time, they stopped serving beer in glasses, only plastic.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've seen a few Happy Gilmore moments where someone smashes a glass on the bar and they're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, it's on.
Oh, talking to Happy Gilmore, I saw the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2.
Literally half an hour ago, just before I came here.
Man, I love Happy Gilmore, the
yeah.
original, but it's a film that's it's funny because it's I think Judd Apatow is one who oversaw it or whatever. It's just it's Adam Sandler doing a bunch of bits and then a guy editing it in Judd Apatow, who is pretty good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To make a really fun film, but the Shoot the McGavin thing, and it's just a really, really good film. But when I watched the trailer for the second one, it's oh my god, it's just so remember?
Yeah.
Remember berries?
That's who's gonna go and watch it. It's basically just the whole nostalgia play, man.
I know, but it doesn't
I get you.
Just make a good film.
Yeah.
It's okay to have Happy is older and he can't play golf forever, but don't have every single there was a guy that looks like the Big Jaws guy in it too.
Right.
What's that about?
Yeah.
It's people look like the people that used to be in the old film. But isn't he older? I haven't seen the film yet.
It's still alive. I don't know.
It makes I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was really cringe.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm not rushing out to the cinema for that one. Nah.
No, I'm waiting for Netflix.
Not too many good memories. But now, seeing that, I was like, I want to watch Happy Gilmore, the original.
I watched Happy Gilmore literally 2 days ago.
Oh, there you go. Man.
Yeah, I watched that and then I watched American Psycho.
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, Shooter. Yeah, You eat pieces of shit. Like, that was terrible. On the trailer, he does the
Yeah.
who eats pieces. Like, that was funny in the first one because it's like off the cuff.
Mm.
Like, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? It's only funny in that, like I said, but for him to, like, to actually be like, think he actually eats shit for breakfast, it's like, oh, for God's sake, or whatever. As for the new tour, I watched the opening night show on YouTube, much to Rod Smallwood's dismay. Here are my takeaways. Yeah, so the whole thing that I made of the tour now is like, don't use your phone.
Mhm.
Maybe just one guy at the back with the phone. Is that enough? Just not everyone up the front holding it up, That's all they mean. They're not saying don't take a few pictures. They just mean, can you just not spend the entire gig like
You're holding your phone.
it's annoying, isn't it? Anyway, whatever. Here's the takeaways. Simon Dawson, aka the new drummer, did very well. We will look past him screwing up the opening to Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Yeah.
Although you bring up a good point about changing it so the band knows when to come in, so I may not say he screwed up. I don't think he screwed up at all. I think it's intentional because he did it every fucking single time.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think it literally is just so the band comes in on
on time.
Yeah, like
yeah.
even though it's
Together.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but whatever. For some reason, it just that's the point. He's doing it on purpose, but it does sound awkward. Come on, let's be real.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't imagine what his nerves were like. To be fair, Nico messed up the opening drum part on Where Eagles Day at his very first Peace of Mind concert, and he created it. Look it up. The audio's out there. Actually, we did that ages ago on the podcast Tex. We literally showed him fucking up. It might have been an audio only one, so never mind.
Yeah.
But we did that. God.
Duh.
We showed him doing Where Eagles There when he fucks it up the first time. And then we watched a few gigs later and he got it spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you've ever been in a band, you know that playing gigs, the more you play, the tighter you get. That's how it is. Nothing can recreate actually being on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to do it.
Yep.
Same as driving.
Yeah.
You don't learn to drive in the driving school. You learn on the road. Tell that to half the people that drive in this bloody country.
Damn yeah.
We live in Japan. This guy drives a bike, a motorcycle. Are you crazy?
It's actually, this might sound strange. I feel it's safer here than in Sydney.
Wow.
That might be a whole, it's Australian Mad Max land.
Yeah.
It's even worse. But yeah, it's still a bit.
Right. Everywhere in the world, there's drivers, bad drivers, whatever. But Japan is a country where it's like when any person just imagines they're living on this planet by themselves, and like there's no one to the left of me, there's no one to the right of me, there's no one behind me. No, the possibility of that being it's unimaginable. So when you're walking, you'll be walking, and someone will just be like, "Oh," and then they'll just turn around without even checking that anyone's behind them, and be like, and then, and you see them from a mile. You're like, "Oh," or there's like a corner.
You almost see it happening.
Yeah, right. Or there's like a corner. You walk around, and before you walk in the corner, you would kind of check.
Right. Yes.
And they just walk as if there could never be anyone on this corner. That's walking.
Bicycles as well in the corner.
Bicycles too are insane. People riding bikes here. And listen, I know like Vietnam and places like that are crazy too. But like in a civilized, Japanese, we do things the proper way. You're unbelievable. And then you get on the fucking road, and it's like sometimes, listen, I see myself. Okay, there's a 2 lanes, right? Yeah. I'm in the fast lane, but I'm just like I'd never go too fast because any second some idiot is just gonna pull out and be like, "Oh, the wrong turn," or whatever,
So true, man. Yep.
Coming here today, for me to get here takes about 7 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
It's literally on a straight one road, and I take a right and then I take a left, and that's it. And then you think it'd be no problem, but the whole way some guy woman just pulled it in front of me to go right, and then she came back again. I was like, and then
what are you doing?
I know, and we pulled up to each other on the side of the light, and I just looked at her like,
"You're right."
Yeah, and she's just on her phone. I was like, oh,
there you go. Yeah. Love that.
Whatever. Anyway, that's not complaining about Japan. It's a lovely place to live. And
it is.
Yeah, it is. But I don't want to be, that guy.
Hey,
again.
Nowhere's perfect. We're not far off.
But the point is that Tex is not perfect because he hasn't listened to all the podcasts because we did bring up Where Eagles Day and Nico fucking up.
Tex, you got him worked up, man.
I know. Let's continue.
Hmm.
Also, someone online pointed out it is nearly impossible to replace the legend that is Nico McBrain. So far, Simon appears up to the challenge. When Bruce introduced him, it sounded like the crowd started chanting his name to give him a warm welcome. I like that a lot. They even had a flag or two with his name with the first of the barrier folks. Classy for sure. Yeah, I mean,
That's nice because that's some big shoes, man.
yeah, and drummers are really, they do have more of the style is easier to stand out kind of thing,
Mhm.
like Nico, the guy he was in the band for a long time. He played in a certain way, so you're used to that.
Yeah.
So when someone else is playing it, it just, of course, it's going to sound different. It looks different because he's got a tiny kit.
Yeah.
But with guitars, it can sometimes. I'm not saying you wouldn't realize, but when it comes to solos, it's more obvious. But in general, you'd be like, "Oh, this just sound." You wouldn't realize,
Yeah. Yeah.
But with drums, it is harder to kind of get away. You're like, "Oh, something sounds off here. Or something missing."
Mhm.
Same with with Clive Burr, those early albums.
Yeah.
When he plays Number the Beast, whatever, it's got that swing to it.
Mhm.
Whereas Nico is more like, I don't know,
Well, he's
old
really
jokey.
on.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Whereas and people like that Clive swing, they like
Mhm,
those
mhm.
songs, and it's harder to hide that
I miss
someone else is
Clive.
playing
Oh
it.
my Clive. Good old Clive.
Clive, rest in peace.
Yep.
What a legend. But yeah, new drummer for Maiden, and a lot of people are like, yeah, trying to support him, be supportive.
Mhm.
Of course, he's nervous, man.
Yeah. Oh,
But at the
God,
same
you would be.
time, he knew what he was doing. If
Mm.
wait a minute. Ding, 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 ding. If I join British Lion, Nico's pretty old, isn't he? I mean,
Maybe.
what's Steve gonna do? I mean, think about it. Like, he's not gonna just get some random off the street, would he? Because, Steve's quite a trusting bloke.
Mm.
I mean, the only option would be me. I mean, think of it. Simon, Maiden.
I can do this.
It could be you.
I can do it.
Why don't I just practice all the songs in the catalogue?
Yeah.
So then, when they're like, "Oh, guys, Simon, can you fill in?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, I don't know any of the songs, but I'll try it." What's the song called? Number the Beast. Okay, whatever. And he just plays it perfectly, and they're like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "Yeah, I never even played it before." Like,
Just
yeah.
a few times.
yeah. And then everyone leaves, and he's like,
Mm, nothing to lose.
Yes.
you
you
sneaky.
you sneaky Simon.
Yeah. Good job though.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done the same thing.
Right.
I would have done the same thing. Come on. Anyway, folks online are giving Dawson shit about the size of his kit, but it sounded fine to me. I mean, let's be real. Nico had a massive, way too big kit. You couldn't see him.
Yeah, that's
and like,
yeah.
did he really play all of that stuff?
Mm.
Maybe like one part on one song or something
Yeah,
now and again, but yeah. Only a smidge smaller than Clive Burr's kit.
Mhm.
Also, he sounded fantastic on the opening to Power Slave.
Mhm.
We enjoyed that, right?
Mm. That
That
was very nice.
we played that twice,
We did.
Yeah. And the build up during Hallowed was basically flawless. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Steve's bass guitar sounds different for some reason, almost like he's using different strings. They say he's known to use a special type of extra thick string that are not very common. Maybe he switched something up. That said, he royally screwed up the slow part in Rhyme more than once, especially when they came out of the slow part again, first night. Well, hey, Steve, fucking up your own songs, yeah?
Mm.
All right,
What do you
well,
think you are, man? Watching you.
I know.
Mm.
How dare you turn it up so loud? Yeah, Steve's bass, I didn't really hear Steve's bass sounding different. I know he used flat wound strings, so it's like not the, wound
Usual,
strings.
yeah.
It's the really, just looks like a wrestling rope kind of thing,
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, he kind of Steve's bass tone. Well, bass is just like he's got really low action, so the strings are really close to the frets,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why he can play so bloody fast because it's like it's low action, and of course he's playing it too. But I don't know, I didn't notice that. But if anyone agrees, then let us know. I didn't really pay attention to that really.
Mm.
But yeah, Steve, oh, we'll find a. I'm going to save that for Maiden fuck ups video in the future.
Yeah.
Little Steve messing up rhyme all once. It's just do 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 do. To be fair, that is one of those things that I would probably fuck up because like you're overthinking it, like yeah, it happens, mate.
Definitely.
The tempo of the song seemed a little more controlled. I guess they were right about Nico going balls out fast. Yeah, absolutely. Nico always played really fast. And for example, Live After Death, the songs are a little bit faster. It sounds really, really cool. It works really well. But for Bruce, the singer, in my opinion, one of the highlights of the band,
Yeah.
let him sing
Mhm.
the song, don't play too fast. Because it's the same thing as in the audience, right?
Yep.
When you're in the audience of a gig, you can't really hear if it's bad, you're just into
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
Same as the band when you're playing live, you're into it.
Mhm.
But if you took a step back and be like, oh wait a minute, that sounds really way too fast, whatever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like I said, you can listen to the actual songs on the record,
Mhm.
but the live is all about that energy, So Adrian quit the band basically because of playing it too fast, and I don't know. I thought the tempo was really nice.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really, really, really good. I'm a sucker for that.
We've spoken about that how many times? It just happens with live.
Mm.
Any band.
Yes.
Always just like what you're saying. Get into it, maybe just too excited. Nah.
And it does play into what we're going to talk about today with Live After Death, because
Mhm.
what is a live experience? It's more about seeing the band
Yeah.
and feeling the band
Mhm.
more than hearing the band,
Right.
So
Right.
it's about an experience, it's not really like that. So I thought the tempo was great.
Mm.
And having it, a consistent tempo that is easy to play, it just automatically sounds more professional.
Yeah.
The band is more comfortable, can play things and not, it's just, if you're just going, it's not fun. It's not fun.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's finish up.
Mm.
The video board instead of the cloth backdrops is fucking amazing. I agree. Usually Maiden has the backdrops, which are really cool, painted backdrops, which are great.
Yeah.
This year they've gone on 2025 with the video backgrounds and make it, so he said whoever put the graphics package together deserves an award. Absolutely spectacular.
Mhm.
There's a spot where it literally looks like Eddie reaches out into the crowd. Yeah, I mean it's really cool.
What was last year's? Was it like a double? Was it both?
No, it
Or-
was when we went to see them, they had a backdrop and then two screens on the
That's
side,
right, on the
right?
side.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
So
okay.
they were kind of like
Hybrid.
testing it a little bit. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it looks, because it's all the songs have like a little package. So there's
Yeah.
little things, etc. He says that the Aces High package might even be better. Wasted Years and Hallowed are excellent too. Yeah, I mean, with Hallowed being the name, it's got it's really, really cool.
Mhm.
I haven't been watching a lot now, and I've just watched the first video of the band, but I'm hoping to see the live concert myself, so I don't want to get used
Yeah,
to
you
it,
don't want to. Yeah.
I want to be fresh
Fair
with it. So I stay away from all this kind of stuff until after I've seen them personally live.
I just hope it wasn't done in AI, all the backdrops or the.
Yeah, I mean,
As someone who's trying to learn 3D stuff too, I'm a bit like, better not be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, doing AI for stuff like that. I mean, Maiden is a band where the majority of the fans are, old school people.
Yeah.
It's just a bit like, okay, whatever.
Mhm.
I get it for if you're a young starting up band. Yes, use AI for an album cover or something, whatever. If you're
Fair
Iron
enough,
Maiden,
yeah.
guys, I mean, people are not gonna be happy. Anyway, band sounds great, though I am so pumped about seeing them next year. Gonna try to see multiple shows again. Just my thoughts. Keep up the good work with the podcast. Tex. Thank you, Tex.
Thanks, Tex.
We love your
Well
little
done.
thing there. That was fantastic. Yeah, we like listening from Tex. But yeah, mate, let's be real. You fudged yourself there with the Seventh Son. Oh, did they play it live? I don't remember. Exactly.
Got him started.
I win.
Ahoy!
Rock, scissors, paper. 1, 2, 3. I win. Anyway, let's move on. Live After Death. They're live after death.
Wow.
It's a double meaning, right?
Right.
Live as in it's a live show. In Japan, raibu.
Yes, it is.
After death. So, death. By this time, they didn't really have any albums with death in it. But
No.
It is live.
After.
Death. All right, guys. So
keep going round.
you just go on forever and ever. Guess what? I bloody would. Now, first off, let's just talk about this album. Now, guys, we're talking about, well, before we get into that, let's talk about the actual donkey, not the donkey, the elephant in the room. Sorry. Wrong animal. So, Live After Death, the first thing that came was the live album, a vinyl. Right? So, it was a double vinyl. That's why there's 2 sides. But later on, the CD came,
Yeah.
but they didn't have enough, bits on the CD to actually play it, right? So if we look, my friend, Mr. Ante,
Mhm.
you can see that the Live After Death album, CD1, has 13 songs.
Yep.
And the CD2 has 5 songs, which comes to 18 songs in total.
Right.
The live video, which came out in October as well,
Mhm.
has 14 songs.
Ah.
Now, these are 2 different things, basically.
Why?
So,
What happened here?
what happened?
What happened?
So, from my memory, before we go into the details,
yeah.
Live After Death, the CD,
Mhm.
I believe, is one big performance in Los Angeles,
Okay. Yeah.
kind of cut together.
Mm.
I think that, like, when they re-released it, they put in like more crowd noise to make it like sound more weavier. There was 2 shows, I think, anyway. And the video, I believe, is like a mix of like 2 shows and one in London as well.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think when they did it in London, I think the lighting was shit or something.
Mhm.
So they just did it in there.
Why would you put the CD 1 and 2 like? That's just me. Like balance out the amount of songs.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. So I'm not sure what the vinyl track split was.
Yeah.
Side 2, but this is the actual CD.
Mhm.
So released in October 1985. I mean, it is crazy, right? So looking at the old
I
Iron
was
Maiden
in
commentary,
kindergarten then.
Kindergarten
Yeah.
Ante.
Mhm.
So this is the first album since the 1981 Maiden Japan, which is in Japan, of course. Yeah, everyone says that, right? Here's the thing with this album, right? Is that I got into the band and I always heard about Live After Death, right? It's a massive thing.
Mhm.
Look at this artwork. So let's look at the actual proper print. I love Derek's. I mean, look at this shit. This is awesome. The lightning hitting in his head.
And when you think like, there's not much of a palette, right?
No,
How good is it though?
just so good. I mean, the electric chains,
Yeah.
the belt. I mean, it's like, the Lovecraft quote on the gravestone, and then
Mhm,
this background too. It's just like,
A little cat with a halo.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
Okay.
Little cat or rabbit or something. I don't
I
know
don't
what
know.
it is. Oh, I wonder what this is. Live with pride.
Can you see anything on that? This is like a 1 rose.
Oh yeah. Let's try and zoom in, shall we?
Interesting.
That says metal lives.
And somebody
That's a
R-
cat with an
RIP.
X. Something RP.
Mm.
Yeah, I forgot about the bloody zoom on this one thing.
Hey,
You're right, mate.
technology.
Live with pride. It's awesome though, right? I mean, let's be real. When you saw this album cover, yes, you are definitely into it for sure, right? I mean, it's awesome. But I do like Derek Riggs' his comment.
Mhm.
He said, "This was the second version of this one. For the first version, the manager wanted Eddie thrusting out of the grave straight at the viewer. I tried that, and just as I said at the time, the dynamics completely didn't work. I knew they wouldn't. It's what do I do now? But it's
just an artist.
it's what I do, you know.
Yeah.
But everyone, his brother, thinks they know better. The first one was painted in oils. Whenever I painted anything in oil paints, the guy who photographed it can't get the shine from the light of the picture. So you get white areas and bits all over it, which really is just incompetence.
Mm.
But this time it worked in my favor and I got to repaint it in acrylics the way I wanted to. The only way the picture will work. Hooray! Somebody fucking listened. on the far right, in the grass, there are magic mushrooms. They were growing all over London at the time because some hippies had seeded all the public parks with magic mushroom spores. Where?
Down the bottom? Does it go lower? In the far right.
Yeah, you said far right, right? Let me do my right hand. Where's these mushrooms?
Oh, Just there.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah,
Ah,
there's a few.
got it, got it, got it. I see the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Magic. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
Okay, so Live After Death was released as a double LP, which was too long to fit on a single CD.
Mm.
Consequently, the last 5 tracks, Wrathchild, Children, Acacia Avenue, Dial de Bouton, and Phantom, were not included on the original CD. This was a major complaint. Those live versions are rare and brilliant and should have been included, even if it meant a double CD. Yeah, so
Mm.
the mistake was eventually corrected. Live After Death was re-released in September 1998 as a double CD, and then
There
they
you go.
added those things to it there.
Mhm, mhm.
On the vinyl, I guess it was. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway,
Yeah.
but Bruce. So the album cover is awesome, right? Let's just get over it, right? But okay, let's talk about this album, right? So this isn't what Tobias Forge says about this album, which is the frontman of Ghost.
Mhm.
That record is the ultimate summary of a band that had made 5 records at the time, out of which all of them were just like amazing. On Live After Death, on the World Slavery Tour, they had not one bad moment. There was not a song on that set list
As Bruce said, we went oh shit for 5 years. Oh.
that wasn't like a fucking smash hit. That record and the accompanying film has served as an immense inspiration. Not only like visually what I wanted to do with Ghost and all that, but also like the inspiration of, because of all the info that was in the booklet of the record. I don't know how many times I've sat there with Live After Death, all the tour dates, and just like looked at the map and just like, wow, here they are in Regina. You know, Sudbury, Ontario. Wow, I've never seen that before. That looks really farly remote. And wow, and here they flew to Honolulu. Can't believe how far away that is. And you know, in the back of my head, that has been, you know, part of touring has been a slight, now another Maiden reference, deja vu.
Deja vu.
Deja vu.
You know, because there were things that I knew going into touring that I already knew beforehand. Like I've been here. Feels like I've been here before.
That guy's a Maiden fan.
Yeah.
But he's right
Yep.
though, right? So, like I said, with even for me, like when I'm from the CD era,
Mhm.
but you know, you open up the CD and you
Yeah,
read
yeah.
the booklet and stuff. I remember buying a Blink-182 CD. It was a live album, and reading the booklet, and I didn't know what the names were, the band's name,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like, Tom DeLonge, Mark Hoppus. Are these joke names?
Right.
I was like, this can't be real names, you know, Travis Barker, like,
Mhm.
no way. Like, and you know, I really studied the lyrics and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff and reading through, and it was really enjoyable, wasn't it? Do you remember, like,
He's just a Blink-182. Blink-182, man.
yeah,
Dude Ranch. Yeah.
yeah, do right? But you're from the vinyl era, right, kind of thing. So
No, I'm not.
no,
I'm like, well, born 1980, so
okay,
I
okay,
remember
okay, yeah,
seeing
yeah,
vinyl,
yeah,
but cassettes.
yeah.
And I remember when my sister bought a CD Walkman. It
Oh,
was like the first one in the house.
Ooh.
And these are the ones that you couldn't really walk around with it
I see.
because
I
they
see.
skipped like hell.
Yes.
But yeah, I was the tape era.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But like, you know, reading the booklets and you know,
Yeah.
the info.
Oh, and with cassettes, it's like lyrics in the really small booklets. It's like, yeah, I can
Yeah.
just read it.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
And so what Tobias is saying as well, it's like in the Maiden, the Live After Death, it's not just, okay, there's amazing artwork, right?
Mhm.
So like, if you ask a lot of Maiden fans, hey, how did you get into Iron Maiden? It's quite a high percentage Live After Death.
Mm.
Whether they heard it on CD or vinyl or whatever they heard it from.
Yeah.
It's hard to just like, from our standpoint now, you know, I'd already heard the band, all these albums, etc. So when I listened to Live After Death in my generation, it didn't hit as hard.
Right.
because I'd already heard other live things already.
Yeah, yeah,
And it is all about, you know, when people like write on YouTube videos first,
yeah.
it's
yeah,
so
yeah,
dumb,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there is a thing about being the first, right? And how you get into something, that first, what is that?
Yeah, yeah.
Is so important
Mhm.
and so vital. And Live After Death is not the best Iron Maiden live recording ever.
Mm.
But for a lot of people, it's the thing that they heard first,
Mhm.
where not just the band playing live, but Bruce's little banter,
Yeah, yeah.
and seeing them on stage, all this stuff, you know, it's like, whoa.
Mhm.
Once you saw that, it's like, that's my favorite live album. Yeah, Bruce's voice is knackered. He's just been singing on a year-long tour.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not at his best. There are other live albums which sound where he sounds much better.
Mhm, mhm.
But like Tobias, you know, reading that booklet, reading all through the details of the, you know, I made them really thorough with their
But
stuff. You know?
that's also that thing of like, which you don't get so much today, like that tangible thing of having an album. Which
Yeah.
you still buy albums, do you, or you more download? What do you?
No, I buy Iron Maiden stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did, but I just, yeah. I don't do that
For
anymore.
me, it's like something that I really want. To, yeah, like I'm going back to the vinyl stuff. I like
Yeah.
to collect it. But yeah, there's something about having,
Right?
and when you're really into it,
Mm.
which I like, you buy the Iron Maiden stuff. So,
I do.
Yeah,
I buy a lot of that stuff
Mm.
because, you know, it's just fun to have it, you know, I collect
yeah,
it.
definitely.
But, you know, I am from the digital area,
Mhm.
and, you know, I like to listen to things conveniently.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess it is, you know, for a lot of people having that album, they probably played it over and over. We got to think about the people that listened at the time. For example, for me, it's weird because I encountered Iron Maiden a few times in my adolescence,
Mhm.
but I never got hooked really, like I never became a massive fan
Yeah.
until I was about 17,
Mhm.
16, 17. No, I say 16, sorry. But one of the times before that was, I think a year before I really got into them, I was in my lesson and my friend was listening to the Rock in Rio album,
Yeah,
which is when the band go back together,
Mhm.
played in Brazil. And it was the song The Klansman.
Mhm.
He was listening to The Klansman, which you haven't heard yet.
Mhm.
It's a Blaze song.
Yeah.
But I could hear it in the back and I was just like, what is that?
Mhm.
That sounds amazing. Like freedom, dude, and like all this stuff. I was like, this is amazing. And you know, then he played Fear the Dark, and I was like, whoa, amazing, right?
Yeah.
And with that performance too, it's interesting because like with Rock in Rio, there's a lot of like in Brazil, they can't speak English, right?
Mhm.
So I was always wondering, like, they do the whoa,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
but right when you watch the video of that, the band look really like wow, blown away. So and is that the first time that had happened? Because after that, everyone does it.
Mhm, mhm.
But was that happening before? You know what I mean?
Right.
And but it's like when I saw that, I was like, oh, that was my live album. You know? Yeah. Do they have a few like overdubs and things like that on it? That's probably.
Mhm, mhm.
Is Life After Death overdubbed? Probably. But
Yeah.
guess what? How do you feel about a live album being pitched as it's live?
Yeah.
And it not being live?
Oh wow! Right.
Like, what's your gut
hang on,
reaction?
What do you mean when you say that? Because then the way I'm hearing that, it's like, so it's not live.
So, for example, Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
They, you know, they recorded a live show.
Yeah.
And then later they took that audio into the studio and listened back and said, oh, that sounds shit. Fix that. And then they re-recorded that part and then put it in. Which back in those days was an immense bit of work.
I'm gonna say, yeah, right?
For example, like the cannons when it kicks into Deuce,
Mhm,
bam,
mhm.
was like, you know, not and the audience noise. It's like
Yeah,
WWE
yeah.
now, they pipe in audience noise, things like that, right?
Mhm.
But how do you feel about that?
Oh man, that's a hard one because it's like, well, yeah, what are you really replacing there? Like, are you doing a lot that isn't like? If it's a majority live album, you know what? For me, that's still a live album.
Yeah.
They're fixing up little things just to make it sound better
Yeah.
for the person.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm pretty much okay with that, depending on the percentage, man. If we're gonna get to the point where it's like half of it's like we're just punching in, it's like that's not a live album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think from my perspective,
Mm.
which is I was always being like, the way I see it is like, for example, in a rock band, the Maiden live show is amazing, right? So the whole point of this live album
Mm.
is to promote the tour
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what's going on at that time, right? So a lot of people couldn't go to the tour and don't know, maybe don't even know about it, you know? Clearly, Live After Death brought in a lot of fans.
Yeah.
But it's not just like, okay, press record and end, whatever it is, that's what we're releasing.
Yeah.
There's no point to that. The point of this album was, it's promotion. It's to show, okay, this is what the band looks like on stage. This is how they sound like on stage. There we go. Now, there's probably a few bum notes. There's probably a few things where it's like, doesn't sound as good, whatever. And I have no problem with them editing that because it's weird because they are saying like it's a live, you know? So people do feel tricked about it.
Well, I also think, you'd probably like being there at the show.
Yeah.
I think we've spoken about this before. You know, you're there, you're in the moment. If you're pumped and that, you probably wouldn't hear as many
No.
fuck-ups or that because
You're
you're
not
like,
you're not
hyped
focused
up.
on it. Yeah.
Hearing that as a live album, not being there live, then
Yeah.
you'd probably be like, So, yeah, fair enough. Let's fix some of this.
I don't think I don't think it's not supposed to be that.
Mm,
If you want to watch that, watch bootlegs. That's what bootlegs are. You know,
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
thing of tour, right?
Mhm.
But as a live, if the band is releasing something as a live album, anything like that, it's the whole point of it is, of course you want to enjoy it as a fan,
Right, yeah.
but it's a promotional thing of it, guys. This is what the tour looks like. This is what the band looks like on stage, and people can watch that and be like, oh, I want to go see that, and
Yeah.
you go there. So I have no problem with doing overdubs, because I inherently understand that nothing is truly live because it's not because I've worked in studios, things like that, I've done that stuff, whatever. But the amount of things that you think is live, which is not live, is insane. Like you would be like, no way, is that? But it is. It has to be the things you can do with audio. What is the point of Live After Death, the album, the live album? It's not just here's the band on doing a random gig and a random, because how do they choose which day? You could choose the best live performance, but there's always going to be a little bit out of it, But I do I do see the other side where it's like a live album. It's totally live. Steve Harris, no, it's totally live.
Yeah, he would, wouldn't he?
Right?
He would say that.
That's deceptive, and
Yeah.
they should just say like, oh, we did chuck in a few, like Kiss was like, no, it was live, but we did enhance it later on. It's like,
There's the key word.
yeah, because then you just don't know then, do you? Like, but I would just say from the guys, this is for the people who haven't been to the tour, for people to share the show and see what it looks like, and that's it. It's not supposed to be like accurate, exact. This is exactly what Dave played, what Adrian played, right?
Well, they'd want the promotion too with the dates that they were like pulling.
Right.
You want people showing up.
They're so hot at this time. They're just trying to capitalize on that, right? So, anyway, you hear a lot of people talking about like, if it's overdubbed, whatever, not, but it is probably, right? But there's so many people and so many things that have happened on this album, which is great, okay? But anyway, so like I said, whether you think it's live after not or not, it doesn't really matter. But we're going to focus today on the video, which is still not a DVD yet because they still haven't been able to like master it properly, whatever. So it's a VHS or nothing, which is insane,
Yeah.
But you can't really get it, right? So on the live video, it goes from look at the set list. The intro, Churchill's speech, Aces High, 2 minutes, Trooper, Revelations, Flight of Icarus, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, Power Slave, Number of the Beast, Hallowed Be the Name, Iron Maiden, Run to the Hills, Running Free, and Sanctuary. Right, I'll be honest. I would
What?
like Running Free and Sanctuary.
Yeah, that's a bit, but
Running Free, fair enough. But Sanctuary is the last song. I would have maybe taken another one from there. But oh, look at that, guys! They played Aces High as the first song. That's a good idea.
right.
What are they doing right now? Encore? Aces High Encore?
Good luck.
We want Bruce to sound exactly like he did on Live After Death. Completely knackered.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's just check it out, right? But once again, guys, these album, right? Timing is everything, right?
Yeah.
The band is hot. They're just trying to capitalize on that. And guess what? The artwork is sick. Everything is sick. Let's just check out some of the performance, shall we? All right, first off,
On to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall
so the video, I believe, is like a mix of like a few days, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like honestly, I once again, if you are a fan and know all the details, please email us or comment on us. Like I said, the whole point is to share the knowledge, whatever.
Mhm.
I don't really focus too much on that. Let's just focus on the font, blue font.
fight on the seas and oceans.
Also, this was done by a proper video guy, not Steve going cut, 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 cut. In the future, I'm going to subject you to some Steve
edits.
edits once, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
can I just watch a chord? Can I see someone play a fucking chord? Jesus. Anyway, if this is your first live album,
Mhm.
then that's why you love it so much. There's a bunch of the first album you hear of Maiden, the first song, the first whatever that gets you into it. It's important to be first in these things.
Yep.
This album was monumental, not because it's the best sounding, whatever. It's just because it was at the time when the band is hot.
We shall never surrender.
All right, We Shall Never Surrender in Los Angeles, California, and there's a big Union Jack up on the thing,
Oh.
and they zoom in on it. It's like, the British are back. Fuck you, Americans. You're not even real Americans. You're Californians.
Ooh.
You're ex-Mexicans. You're Exicans.
Especially what's happening now. Anyway, moving on.
Oh yeah, what is going on over there? Texas.
Mm.
Fill us in on your country.
Hey.
Why are you from Texas? I mean, what do they do over there?
Yeah.
Ride bulls and stuff. All right. Aces High. Is it good?
Really?
So once again, see, the intro of this video is highlighting the crowd, the
Mhm.
lights, etc., whatever, building tension.
This could be you.
Yes. So I'll be honest, right? I don't have that big connection with this album as much as do with Rock in Rio.
Right.
Because when I hear Rock in Rio, that's the first album I heard live, and I was like, whoa,
Mhm.
Wicker Man. Oh, I don't know who Adrian is, but he looks fucking cool. What's those crosses on this thing? Why are they all wearing this just cool outfits? I don't know what the hell they wear, but it's awesome. And then
Yeah.
that's the first one I heard.
Mm,
So that's my live album. What's your live album? What's the one that you grabbed you by the kugels?
Ah, the Kugels.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. This is 80s Iron Maiden. What are they wearing? All right, Davey there. Dave is wearing a lot of blue
A tight blue.
with a stripe.
Mm.
I'm going to say, Dave, the socks, whatever you're wearing over there.
It's trying to break up the blue.
Yeah, I'm not into it. All right, Steve is wearing tight pants and a belt. He looks pretty cool.
It's going for that
He looks
the,
like
World War II dazzle camouflage that they used on boats.
oh yeah.
You can't tell. Is he coming? Is he going?
Nico there. What the fuck is he wearing? Let's go back.
It's like a cross between a David Bowie outfit, like Starman.
Yeah, he looks like a can of Pringles.
Oh,
Salty.
yeah.
That's he looks like me, yeah. I love the angle of looking down on him. That's pretty cool,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Back to Dave. Plain old Dave again. That's how he's like,
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Steve running. I think Steve is doing his Lado bass at the time, which is a different company to Fender, which is doing. Adrian is also here now. There's Bruce with 2 wristbands and lovely hair.
Isn't it?
Shampoo, mate.
Yeah.
It works. We haven't seen much of Adrian yet
Yeah.
because, Adrian is just like, oh, don't show a bit of me. I don't want to be, I like fishing and stuff. When you hear the CD audio version of Aces High, it is like, na, 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 na. But Bruce can't sing that live,
Yeah.
the harmonies. So it sounds like this.
He's trying to.
He strained it, right? Now, I
Yeah.
love his little pose here, though. He looks really, like, well built right here, you know? Okay, right?
He's got that well hung feeling.
He has got that very well hung feeling, yeah. Nice boots, though.
Right.
All right. Once again, it's not about, like, oh, Bruce sounds like shit. The vocals are not amazing. It doesn't matter. Imagine being 1985, whatever, watching this on a video.
I will say, it's not that bad.
Yes. It sounds like...
How much I love that song.
Yeah, right,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
It sounds like the song, right? Yeah. All right, there's Adrian.
Oi.
So he's got his Lado guitar there, which is he got it given to him. Now he's actually brought this guitar back out for the current tour.
Okay.
I just saw a video of him with Ola England, who's a Swedish YouTuber, doing a run through all of his guitars, and he's brought out these ones, whatever. It's sick, man. It's so cool, yeah. Yeah. All right, we're Hall for the Call version of the song. It is excellent, okay? Now, but yeah, Bruce is a little bit shaky on the beginning of it, but whatever.
Oh, it's like, and then he gets into the groove, even though he's not hitting all the notes, but he's still hitting the right ones.
He is. This is back in the day when Dave kind of tried to play the solo as it was on the record. But does he do it all the way? Not bad.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't give a fuck. He just plays legato. Yeah, it's hilarious. See Bruce jumping around doing his thing, man.
Yeah.
The guy knows he's a pro, man. This shot always bugged me. All right. We can't see his bass. We can't see his face. What's this about? Is that a butt shot? Is that a purposely like
showing a bit of candy?
Buttocks. Because it doesn't show the bass. It doesn't show his face. What is the point of this shot right here?
Showing off those tights.
Right? Now, I'm going to say Steve did not edit this, but I'm sure he was like, oh, dude, and he's like, no, it's important for the ladies.
They want to see your buttocks.
There are ladies out there who like Iron Maiden. And I don't know why. This shot was maybe like weird. I was like, huh.
Stretch that leg out.
I'm one of those people that just overanalyzes everything. So when I watched it, I was like, why did they do that? You know? It's like, just always struck odd to me.
There's ladies that want a cop of feel.
The ladies. So let's focus on the inter-song banter. Right, if you're in 1985, you've never seen Iron Maiden, and you just saw that, you'd be like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm liking this Bruce guy.
And who's that guy in the black and white tights?
I know. With the buttocks. Look at his face there. See, I don't know why, but whenever I think of like sound, you know, in between banter or whatever, I just think of Paul Stanley. It's just so funny. People! Like, I just love his voice. Like, he's so cool. All right, he goes straight in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce has properly got into the groove now.
Yeah.
Beginning is a bit rough because it's a fucking hard song to sing, right? But, you know, he gets there. And listen to the chorus. There he is again. Remember that bloke, Adrian? The guy that wasn't there for No Prayer for the Dying? Sounds pretty good to me. Maybe should have kept him. Oh, yeah. All right, we all know this song.
It's funny you mention Adrian, though. Do you reckon they actually still talk about that now? Hey, Adrian, do you remember when you left?
Yeah.
That was a shit idea, eh?
I know. I didn't leave. I was kind of fired. Well, which one? Well, not really. You did say, you know, that you were not happy with us playing really fast and stuff like that. And whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
Like, we wanted to drop, remember that sound that we had, that amazing sound? We wanted to drop that and do shit songs. Why are you not into it?
Good comeback.
Right?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I wouldn't read an album called Number of the Beast. It's pretty, you know. Have you read that one?
Heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of 666. Is that the same one?
Was it different or it's the same?
It's the same one. All these years, everyone thought it was a different thing. It's the same one. Right, climbing on my. That's a funny British thing, like, oh, you're getting on my tits.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if we ever said that, like, but in Australia. But it's such a weird one. You're getting on my
Okay.
tits. I'm like, huh? Why do men say that?
Right.
A lot of men say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, take a song of the Piece of Mind album called Revelations this round.
I mean, the song is called Revelations. You sing a hymn from Revelations in that, and it's just amazing. I love this song so much. But this is okay. Up until now, it's just been them playing songs. This is the first like live like audience participation part. Let's check it out. What the fuck was that?
Hmm?
What's Bruce got? He's got a guitar in his hand.
What's he doing?
It looks gross. We'll definitely get banned from YouTube for this one. Bruce holding a guitar. Oh my god! So I think it's just so you can play on the clean part the.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, they're gonna about to play Iron Maiden. He's setting it up. Fuck off.
Was it-
You pretend to be my annoying girlfriend right now.
But I'm
He
thirsty.
wrote a poem on which this song is based, all right? And this poem,
Wait.
I'm
Seriously.
sad to say, was written while
I'm
under
listening
the
to Bruce.
influence of drugs, ladies and gentlemen.
Babe.
No. Just no.
Now, we're not talking here the kind of drugs that I normally take, which is maybe the odd cup of tea or something like that, you know, before.
Seriously.
What? I'm thirsty.
They're about to play Ryan and the Ancient Mariner.
But they're gonna play another song after that too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Are they? Well, there's a fucking another bus coming after the one I'm getting. You can get on that one. It was basically like that. He's setting up the song, you know, and she's fuck.
Yeah.
We're talking serious drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about marijuana.
Marijuana?
Mm.
Are you smoking marijuana?
Hits
Yeah.
on the ball.
When I was in school, we had this. Obviously, I'm from Wales, so and there's a Welsh teacher, and like
Welsh.
yes,
Yeah.
and he come in and he's like, "Hey, fans, are you smoking the marijuana?" It's like, no. Why do you say that? I generally wasn't. I never done anything like that. But we were just so like, we just take the piss all the time. So he thought we were like on the marijuana. Are you on the marijuana? Hey, fans. So like, no, sir. But you know, you sound like you've been on it.
Yeah.
He was not.
That's one hell of a segue.
Yeah. But I always heard that on the album version, he does this is what not to do when a bird shits on you, which is the other intro. So, for example,
And the moral of this story is this is what not to do if your bird shits on you.
and the moral of the story is what not to do when the bird shits on you. So, on the video,
Yeah.
he just says about the period pains,
Mhm.
and on that one, he does the classic line of so. Clearly, the album version is the more accessible, well-known version, right?
Mhm.
We're watching the video because why not? But
Yeah.
it's fun to see them. But yeah, that's the difference. Very different, right?
Very
So
different.
definitely there's some, there's a difference between two of them, which is kind of interesting at the same time. But like, yeah, I think I prefer the CD one.
Yeah.
I don't want to get about
I don't know
Victoria.
about the royal rags.
Yeah,
But yeah.
exactly. It's very odd, isn't it? Anyway, Ryan and Mariner. But No Paradine's really good. It's really underrated. There's some good songs on there.
Stop it.
This is what I want to hear, guys. Now, is that the most complex thing in the world? No.
No.
But when it kicks in, oh my god, I feel something. I feel it in my fingers.
That
I
well-hung
feel it in my bones. It is very well hung, baby. Just want to grab it and just stop.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
What? Yeah.
I don't care. You can watch.
It's
Look
that
me
good.
in the eyes.
It's like,
Come on, guys. This song is just so good. Man, I cannot wait to see this live
Yeah.
in Japan again with someone who won't piss me off this time. Mate, Ryan Mariner, you bet.
Am I remember-
You'll do it just for a
Hang on
laugh, will you?
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
know
just wind me
what?
up. Asshole. Oh, let's see how Nico plays Power Slave. I think Simon did it better.
Did sound better, did it? Yeah.
Well, it is 2025.
Yeah.
But
Swinging.
that looks like a hawk. Man, Power Slave, awesome. We know how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, up until now, it's just fucking hit after hit.
Right.
It is amazing. Just awesome songs, man. Man, if you saw this as your first experience of Maiden, you would just have your mind blown, man.
Yeah.
Aces High, Revelations, The Trooper. I mean, it's like nothing to build in Number the Beast. You don't need it. It's only got the intro. Into 666.
Thank you.
Here's the Iron Maiden Live After Death challenge. Who can read the entire credit before it disappears from the screen? You know what I'm saying? I got pretty far there.
Yeah.
So this is a little game I used to play with my friend who could try and read the names before you get. I think I got down to publicity once, and that was about it. But it was really, really difficult because you got to do it a few times to remember the names. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, awesome. All right, guys. So once again, this. I mean, it's Live After Death, for God's sake. What do you have to say about that, right? So, anyway, awesome. This is more for us, a bit of a palate cleanse. I just want to listen to the old songs.
A well-needed one.
Yeah. All right. So, but again, the live albums are for rock bands, like metal bands, etc. It's just here's what the gig is like.
Yeah.
Please come. Not this is super raw. But then again, it's the same thing as pro wrestling. Pro wrestling presented itself as real. It did. Back in the day, the whole thing was like, we got to pretend it's real. And when people said, "Oh, is it fake?" They were, "No, it's real, it's real." And now they're like, "Okay, it was fake." And that's why people say, "Oh, wrestling is fake," and people get annoyed by it. It's like they deserve it for fucking lying all those years. It's not lying, but you got to accept that.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Same as metal, right? If you say for years and years it's a live album, and then we're like, "Oh, we did overdub a little."
I gotcha.
It just gets a bit. Just be real about it,
Yeah.
But at the same time, the whole point is Maiden was fucking white hot at the time. They just wanted to get some, this is what it sounds like,
Yeah.
And I wish there was more of it. There's a few gigs and a few tours they done which they didn't do that, and they were like, "Oh man, I wish we have a live version, this whatever," but it doesn't exist. But sadly, it is amazing. And thanks for listening, guys. Check us out on Patreon for $1 a month at patreon.com. Listen to Iron Maiden Baby. Email us at listen@ironmaidenbaby@gmail.com. Listen to ironmaidenbaby@gmail.com. Much better.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next time with not Fear of the Dark. Because let's take our time, guys. Let's weave it in a bit. Right now, Bruce Dickinson has re-released his Balls to Picasso. More Balls to Picasso.
Bruce?
Why not do a Brucey solo?
Sounds good to me.
Now, we won't do Bruce.
Or doesn't sound good.
Well, we'll do his first solo album. Just a one episode. No one part two. Just an overall view. Then after that, we'll do something else again. Then, Fear of the Dark.
Getting there.
Yes, we will get there. All right, mate. Enjoy Bruce for this week.
Oh, yeah. Got my homework.
Oh, yes. Catch you next time.
Later, guys.
Long Beach!
LBC.